The mystery of papaya skin, the hidden world behind your kitchen. Opening, the perception that changed everything. Take a closer look at the peeled papaya skin. Notice how a mystery lies within. We invite you to delve into the world hidden beneath the papaya skin. It's a story of color, sap, scars, and the tiny creatures that live there. Let's begin. Welcome to Chapter 1. Chapter 1. The mystery of the yellow color behind the skin. A thin yellow layer on the inside of the papaya skin. At first glance, this layer might just look like some leftover pulp. This layer isn't flesh. It's a transition zone, a borderland between the protective outer layer and the nourishment within. The yellow color comes from a well-known natural pigment in the plant world, carotenoids, more specifically beta-carotene. But why is this pigment concentrated in this border layer? This layer is part of the mesocarp, the middle layer of the fruit. In many fruits, the mesocarp is where food reserves are stored. This carotenoid-rich mesocarp layer is denser and more resilient, helping protect the softer pockets of flesh within. It's the last line of defense before intruders reach the fruit's inner treasures. But wait, if this layer is yellow, why do we sometimes see green on the inside of the skin? Our curiosity hasn't subsided. Chapter 2. The green secret in the vinous slice. The skin of a papaya consists of three main zones. The outermost is the exocarp, beneath it is the mesocarp, and the innermost is the endocarp. When peeling a papaya normally, the knife cuts through the exocarp and into the ripe, yellow mesocarp. However, when slicing very thinly, the knife only grazes the innermost, outermost part of the mesocarp, which is still directly adjacent to the green layer. In this border zone, the cells still contain a mixture of chlorophyll and carotenoids. The green chlorophyll, while not dominant, imparts a faint greenish color. Chapter 3. Where does the sap live? The white sap of papaya is called latex, and it is stored in very special cells called latticifers. These cells are not confined to one place. They form a secret network that penetrates the mesocarp, snakes around the skin, and even reaches the inner flesh of the fruit. When you injure a papaya with a knife, your fingernail, or an insect bite, you break the walls of these laticifer cells. The contents, latex, rich in the enzymes papain and chymopapain, immediately burst out as a defense mechanism. This latex is bitter and toxic to many herbivorous insects. It is the plant's chemical defense system. Chapter 4. A slippery sensation that takes her finger. Have you ever held the skin of a papaya you've just peeled? It's definitely slippery, even a little slimy. This is a combination of three substances released simultaneously when the cells at the border between the skin and the flesh are destroyed by a knife cut. First, latex or sap. Second, cellular fluid from ruptured cell vacuoles. Third, the enzyme papain is a protease, a protein-breaking enzyme that can cause a slippery sensation as well as a bit rough or even itchy for some sensitive people. Chapter 5. The glistering light of the microscopic world. There's a glint of reflected light. Why is this so? Biologically, it's the inner side of the mesocarp, which is still covered by a thin cuticle layer left over from the fruit's development. The cuticle is a waxy layer secreted by the epidermis. Although very thin on the inside, this layer remains and acts as a water barrier. Wax has a different refractive index than air, so incoming light is reflected in a regular manner, specular reflection, creating a shiny effect. Chapter 6. Life spots on the surface. Scattered across the shiny surface are spots. They appear as dark or light dots, depending on the angle of the light. The spots are most likely one or more of three things. First, cell organelles, specifically chromoplasts and chloroplasts. Second, calcium oxalate crystals. Third, lenticels, or natural pores in the fruit's tissue. Chapter 7. Black wounds, fine powder, and the beginning of destruction. A black, dry wound with irregular edges appears, and on the surface of the black wound, there appears to be a fine, dark powder. This symptom is very typical of a disease known as anthracnose, caused by the genus Calotatricum or Coronespora. Once inside, the fungus begins to grow between cells, releasing enzymes and toxins. These enzymes destroy the host cell walls, while the toxins kill the cells. This mast cell death is called necrosis, and it is what produces the black color. So, what are those black powders visible on the surface of the wound? They are masses of conidia, or fungal spores. The fungus, after successfully colonizing dead tissue, reproduces by forming spore-producing structures called acervuli. Chapter 8. The mysterious caterer, the trigger of disaster. Among the spore dust and blackened dead tissue, there's a tiny, caterpillar-like creature, so small it's barely visible to the naked eye. This tiny caterpillar is the primary culprit. It's the larva of an insect, most likely a fruit fly, Bactrocera dorsale, or a fruit bar moth, Conagtes pontiferalis, which creates the perfect entry point for fungal spores. Once inside, the fungal infection spreads rapidly, causing black necrosis, drying out the tissue, and producing the spores you see as a fine powder. What we're learning today isn't just a few facts about papayas. It's a lesson about the hidden wonders of the universe, even in the objects closest to our everyday lives. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I hope this is helpful, and see you again on the next microscopic adventure.